Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Packers series of me being a coach, trading, resigning, all that fun stuff. Not an owner, but a coach. So, I've made another trade, and it comes from the defensive side of the ball. We have, as you can see, Rashawn Gary as the right outside linebacker instead of Preston Smith. And then also Clint Dix instead of Earl Thomas III. I traded those two guys for a wide receiver that we kind of need because we only have 4 wide receivers overall on our roster. And then obviously if we were to try to maneuver people from the practice squad to, the main roster, I'm getting like Equine St. Brown. That is a 68 overall, and it may help us, but it's not going to, because our lowest overall is a 71 on the main roster, so it wouldn't help us tremendously at all. So I got Rashad Higgins from the Cleveland Browns for a 21st this year's the 2021 4th round pick, and then next year's 2022 3rd round pick for Earl Thomas and Preston Smith. I thought maybe I'd get a 1st round or a 2nd round, but I got those 2 picks overall. And then I re-signed Aaron Jones, Corey Linsley, Clint Dix. Aaron Jones for a 5-year deal, Corey Linsley for a 1 or 2 year deal, and then for it was a 2-year deal. And also, speaking of that, with all the draft picks because we've been trading or whatnot, it's been kind of valuable to get these draft picks overall, because with these coming up 2 years, with this year and next year, within the top 3 rounds, we only have 5 picks. 2 of this year's draft and 3 in the next year's draft. This year's draft, we got our 1st, we got our 2nd, we got Cleveland's 4th, Cincinnati's 5th, our 5th, Atlanta's 7th, so we don't have a 6th round pick in 2021, and then our 7th. Now with 2022, we have our 1st, Cleveland's 3rd, our 3rd, our 4th, our 6th, and our 7th. So we don't have a 5th round, and we don't have a 2nd round in 2022. But that can all change within time, because who knows, I may trade someone else that is, star power or whatnot, and get those picks back that are rightfully ours, or just overall picks in general. But I think within this squad right now, I feel I'm in a really good spot with, it was a good thing to trade Preston Smith, because we have a 22-year-old Rashawn Gary, and he's already an 80 overall. And Preston Smith is 27. So within the next 2 years, he's going to regress. And he's only gotten up to star. And there hasn't been a breakout game, whatever, challenge for him within these past couple of times. And when it comes to sacks and everything, I feel like Zadarius Smith has been putting more pressure to the QB than Preston Smith is. So overall, you may think, why did you do that? Why? It's star and superstar on the edges. That with also contracts, because I still need money for Robert Tonyan. He's due for a contract, and I really don't have the money, because after re-signing these 3 big people, I only have it was under 10 mil, and that's not going to cut it for Robert Tonyan if he does have a breakout season this year, which he's doing pretty well as a tight end for us right now. So it's he's going to be due for a big contract soon. And Aaron Rodgers has a big contract, Devontae Adams has a big contract, but they absolutely deserve it, because obviously Devontae Adams is 99 and Aaron Rodgers is 95. but who knows? Maybe I might trade him, but for sure not trading Davante Adams, but like, you never know, because with Aaron Rodgers being the age that he is, he could regress within the next year, so, you know, in all, it could potentially happen. But within now, we're keeping the whole lineup as it is. I feel like I'm at a good spot. I really don't need to sign anyone else from free agency or whatnot, because it just goes from downhill, like being at like mid 60s, like Jake Runyon here at 66 and Alex Redmond, or below. And I was very lucky enough to get Brandon Knight as the best that I could at a 63 overall when it came to a left tackle, and that's the best that I could do. So it really, the only thing that we're really needing is Corey Linsley to come back and help with our offensive line, because then we have Elton Jenkins, Corey Linsley, and Lindstrom right in the middle of our offensive core, and that's what we need, because the worst thing we need is either Elton Jenkins or Lindstrom to get injured, and then we're kind of screwed for kind of the season. So all in all, we just need a good lineup, and hopefully you'll enjoy us against the New Orleans Saints. See you at the end of the game to talk about the stats and everything at the end.
Tonight, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Green. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense now getting set here and leading them out in what could be his final NFL season. The game's all-time leading passer, that's Drew Brees.
When you think of accuracy, you might as well think of Drew Brees, because he owns 5 of the 6 best completion percentages in a single season in NFL history, and it feels like he's done them all in 5 of the last 6 seasons. Like Tom Brady, he thinks he can go until he's at least 45, loves playing the game, takes great care of his body, and despite missing 5 games with a thumb injury last year, showed his toughness and came back and threw 27 touchdown passes against just 4 interceptions.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
The 35-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Brees, no gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brees. And the Packers Defenders give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tavon Austin. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They are led out by an 8-time Pro Bowler in his 16th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason.
And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives. And I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice
play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again, Rodgers. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 6 catches, 84 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 40. That catch good for only a couple.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from.
3 yards the gain there, second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been fooled.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Breeze. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes
At the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
the kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Well, the deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. In a first.
One of the underrated aspects of Devontae Adams' game is his toughness. He had to battle his way through injury last year, and while his numbers may have dipped, he was still the #1 target for the Green Bay Packers and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and still one of the best receivers in the league. Constantly works on his footwork, constantly works on how he gets away from defenders in order to get open. He's a guy that number 12, his quarterback, trusts implicitly. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
At the 2-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Both the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard.
Breeze now. Pitch and catch here to Cook. 7 yards there and a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Brees' throw going to be caught by Sanders. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing now is Brees. Over the middle to Smith. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
3 at the Packers' 15-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Now Brees. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
It's good to make it 17-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Brees. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked on by Jair Alexander. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll drop this one down to Freeman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
To Devontae Freeman.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Rodgers now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Offense set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, his second sack of the night.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are.
Get to the line quickly. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And we see his collection of highlights. He's always so tough to cover.
He really is, and there are plenty of reasons why. Runs great routes, has an understanding of what defenses want to do against him, and really has a great determination to go up and get the football. He decides it's his and no one else's.
And he's decided that a lot so far in this game. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also time in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Devontae Parker, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey, to check on the Giants. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. A touchdown the difference, 21-14, the final score. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Williams on coverage.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
7. Saints 7.
The Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Pass complete,
5-yard line.
but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can.
And Breeze is intercepted for the third time. Picked off at the 45. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And that stretches the lead to 27. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
5 yards.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll get three as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes him hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
The 50-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
On EA Sports. Breeze now on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Pass complete here to Sanders, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a gain of
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
On the tackle.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Again, it's Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's third and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up fourth.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Bree's going to go on fourth down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find it.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
And it's third down.
Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Mario Davis on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Lazard.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Working out of the gun. Love. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid. The reason that they drafted him and go out and play.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
7-yard line.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Pitch and catch here to Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down the 15-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the option, Love will hang on to it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now Breeze lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Here's Breeze. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Breeze now. Knocking down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Breeze now on first down. Smith catches left side. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. One final try here for Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Tonight's final
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sport.
Hello everyone, and this is the stats after the game. Yeah, towards the end of the game, I threw a dumb pass with Jordan Love, knowing that he is now a 71 overall, but he's still a low 70 overall player, and I just threw like one interception on him, and it was like fudge, like what do I do? But with Aaron Rodgers, we had a phenomenal game, but it was mainly a defensive game, having 2 pick sixes and or even 3. I think it was 3, could have been 2 or 3, but you've already seen, you know, the gameplay overall within how many there were, but it was a lot of picks. There was 4 picks overall, 3 Jair Alexander and 1 Chandon Sullivan. It was a very good defensive game overall. The offense, you know, we got rolling, you know, but it's like, what can you do when your defense gets pick sixes and they score for you? So you really can't do anything offensively if the defense is doing their job, and the offense can, you know, do their job by you know, slowing down the game with, you know, chewing the clock of running the ball or something else, and don't really have to be pressured, which is nice. So I wasn't really offensive that much when the defense was doing their job, like I've been saying. So he had 185 yards passing. It was a little lower than what I was expecting, but like I said, defense did their job. So, and then the longest pass was 27, and with Jordan Love it was 10. Had 13 for 21, and then 1 for 2. Overall, 1 pick throughout the whole entire thing, which isn't that bad. I wish I didn't do it with Jordan Love, though. But who knows? He is going to be pretty significant when it comes to, we're up by like 30 points, and it's the 4th quarter, and we're going to use them. So that's what my mentality is that I'm up by 30 points. I'm going to use them in the 4th quarter. Maybe even halfway of the 3rd quarter, depending on where the situation is at. But overall, in general, I am going to use them. I'm not going to like let it be all Aaron Rodgers. He can do everything. It's like, no, like if I'm up by 30 points, like I'm trying to, you know, improve all these other guys, whether it be AJ Dillon, you know, the defensive guys that are rookies as linebackers or corners or whoever, and gonna try and use them because we're up by so much. Worst case scenario is that I switch it back because they got 2 touchdowns and we were up by 30, so that's like 14 points, so that's like half the deficit, and so we put our starters back in. But overall, in general, it seems half of the time my starters are in no matter what anyway, so no matter how I switch it with the depth chart, it's like they always trickle their way back in when it comes to defense, so it all works out. Rushing wise, we ran some pretty good runs, but overall it wasn't as good because our defensive line was pretty spectacular compared to our offensive line that's been breaking down and injury prone. With now we have another offensive lineman, Billy Turner, who is our right tackle, and now he has broken ribs, so he is out for 5 weeks, and we get Corey Linsley back in 4 weeks. So overall, in general, it's just our offensive line is just not doing it as of right now, and just hopefully that Lindstrom and Jenkins don't get injured, with how much, weight they're pulling throughout the whole entire thing, with them being 80 overall linemen. So, yeah, got a touchdown with A.J. Dillon. I was hoping to get a little bit more yards out of him, especially with that one run that could have broken free, but his leg tripped over one of the offensive linemen's leg, then basically did a tumble. And then Devontae Freeman, just I only had to use him once, so it was like I really couldn't do anything about that. Defensive wise, we were pretty spectacular, especially our middle linebackers, with Chris Barnes all over the place, Jordan Hicks all over the place, Amos all over the place, and Jair Alexander getting picks, Shannon Sullivan getting picks, and and also Kenny Clark in the backfield too. We've had two sacks by Kenny Clark and one by Randy Ramsey that I put in the fourth quarter. I was just, putting our backups in, and he was able to get the job done with getting a sack, which is nice overall. Interception-wise, Jair Alexander got 3 interceptions and Shannon Sullivan got 1. And then we will... Defensive touchdowns. So there was 2. There was one by Jair and one by Shannon Sullivan. Shannon Sullivan was the shorter one, and Jair Alexander had to run basically across the whole entire field just to get his touchdown. So he did end up was a 91-yard return, and Shannon Sullivan had a 55-yard return. So overall, that is the stats of this game. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and make sure you subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned for the next